Lando Norris has taken pole position for the United States Grand Prix, beating Max Verstappen by 0.03 of a second on Saturday at the circuits of the Americas. Both Mercedes cars took center stage, however, as Lewis Hamilton only qualified in 19th, while George Russell ended Q3 with a big crash at turn 18. Thanks for watching another GP Fans video. Please remember to subscribe, that way you stay up to date with all the latest in F1, and hit the like button as well if you can. It helps us out a lot. After an enthralling sprint race where Verstappen beat Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris for the win, qualifying lived up to expectations as well. Q3 was shaping up for a grandstand finish after Norris beat Verstappen by only 0.03 of a second in the first run, but as all 10 drivers were on their final flying lap, there was a double-wave yellow flag, effectively bringing the session to its conclusion and giving Norris his 4th pole position in the last 5 Grand Prix. Afterwards, the 24-year-old admitted he got, quote, lucky to get this one. It was a beautiful lap. I was not going to go much quicker than what I did. You know when you just do a lap and you think it's going to be tough to beat that, but I put everything out on the line. It's all we needed to do. Maybe we weren't the quickest car out there today. Carlos Sainz said he was going to go quicker, Max was going to go quicker, so I'm lucky and I'll take it. The big storylines didn't come at the front, however, but with both Mercedes drivers and for all the wrong reasons. In Q1, Lewis Hamilton had an absolute nightmare of a session. The 7-time champion had a big lockup at turn 12, costing him almost a second, and he could not get his W15 to cooperate. He was only 19th, behind former teammate Valtteri Bottas, and hinted that he might as well start from the pit lane on Sunday afterwards, as the car was in a bad way. The car was terrible in quali. It's definitely demoralizing. In the sprint, we had some sort of failure on the formation lap on the front suspension, and I had that throughout the sprint race. That made the balance really difficult. We did change a couple of things just in a direction of what we would have done yesterday, but the car was a nightmare today in quali. Just a very inconsistent balance and no grip. I should probably start in the pit lane, otherwise I won't be going anywhere from where I am. George Russell did better than Hamilton in the sense that he was at least in Q3. In the final run, however, the Briton had a massive crash at turn 18, losing the rear of the W15 and clobbering the barriers. He'll start the Grand Prix without having to take any grid penalties, but has written off all the upgrades that Mercedes had bolted onto his car. He'll have to run in an older spec Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton did offer Russell to sacrifice his upgraded parts and give them to his teammate, but this did not come to fruition. After all of that, this is, at time of recording, how the starting grid will look for the 2024 United States Grand Prix. Championship contenders Lando Norris and Max Verstappen line up on the front row. Norris was under investigation after the sprint race for an alleged brake test on Charles Leclerc, but has since been cleared. The second row is all red, with Carlos Sainz and Leclerc in 3rd and 4th respectively, while Oscar Piastri and George Russell start 5th and 6th. Sergio Perez did not set a time in Q3 because of Russell's crash and starts from P10. At the time of recording, Lewis Hamilton will start from P18, while Liam Lawson will start plumb last after replacing all of his engine components and taking a 60-place grid penalty. Go to GPFans.com to check out whether Hamilton will indeed decide to start from the pit lane as he said yesterday, or if he keeps his place on the grid. Before we leave, let's take a look at the weather report for the United States Grand Prix and remind you of what time round 19 of the Formula 1 season starts. As it has been all week long in Texas, it's a scorching hot day at the Circuit of the Americas on Sunday. At 2 p.m., the time when the formation lap of the Grand Prix starts, it will be 29 degrees Celsius and it will get up to 31 by the time the checkered flag is waved. Zero chance of rain, unfortunately. Again, the Grand Prix starts at 2 p.m. local time, so that is 8 p.m. UK time or 9 p.m. if you live on the European continent. Well, that's it for another GP Fans video. Who do you have for tonight's Grand Prix? And what do you make of all the issues surrounding Mercedes? Let us know as always in the comments down below, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another video. Ta-da.